Welcome back to Ask Allison. I am here again with my friend Andrew Reeson, the CEO of Herd. We're answering your tax and money questions today, and I would like to thank our sponsors before we get going. First, I'd like to thank Therapy Notes. They're the #1 rated electronic health record system available today. With live telephone support 7 days a week, it's clear why Therapy Notes is rated 4.9 out of 5 stars on Trustpilot and has a 5-star rating on Google. Therapy Notes makes billing, scheduling, note-taking, and telehealth incredibly easy. And now for all you prescribers out there, Therapy Notes is proudly introducing ePrescribe. If you're coming from another EHR, Therapy Notes makes the transition incredibly easy, importing your demographic data free of charge so you can get going right away. Find out what more than 100,000 mental health professionals already know. Use promo code ABUNDANT at Therapy Notes for 2 free months. And thank you to Herd. As a therapist, you're probably too preoccupied with your caseload to want to think about bookkeeping and taxes. Herd is a full-service accounting software platform built specifically for therapists that helps you track and improve your practice's financial health. Regardless of whether you're a seasoned clinician or you're in the first year of your practice, Herd will help you identify areas for growth and streamline best financial practices for your business. When you sign up with Herd, you'll work directly with financial specialists to track your income and expenses, file taxes online, and grow your business. You'll also receive financial insights such as profit and loss statements and personalized monthly reports. Say goodbye to poring over spreadsheets and guessing your tax deductions or quarterly payments. Focus on your clients, and Herd will take care of the rest. You can schedule a free 15-minute consultation at joinherd.com. Yay! And so Andrew, CEO of Herd, is answering our questions today. Here is today's question. I heard that if you make too much money, you get taxed more and you take home less. What's the best income stopping point?
Mo money, mo problems. That's a great question. And honestly, this is a question that we get very frequently from the folks that we work with and collaborate with. And a quick framing around this as well is there's an amount of money that you're making in your practice. And, oftentimes, or in some cases, there are people that have partners that are also making money as well. And so when you frame it through the lens of what is too much money for me to make in my practice, whilst you're not thinking about like, oh, there's also this other potential, earner or partner that I have in the relationship as well, as, there's a holistic financial picture that you should look at when you're thinking about this question. But also making more money, there's an opportunity to explore different, more tax advantageous entity structures, like forming a business entity and becoming an S corp, or exploring bringing on additional employees that are going to drive up income and also increase costs. There's additional deductions and credits that you can take advantage of as well. And so having a conversation around this with an accountant will be really, really helpful to help you, optimize your current tax situation, whether it's, structuring a business entity or whether it's contributing to a specific type of retirement account that can help you bring down that while also contributing to your financial future. There's a lot of different strategies around this that you can take advantage of as you head into tax season. And at the end of the day, making more money, we often get the question of like, should I be spending more money because I'm making more money? And, the answer to that question is like, spend the money on the things that you need to spend the money on. The accounting team that you're working with or the tax advisor that you're working with, they're going to do their part to make sure that you have all of the best information to take advantage of all of the deductions and write-offs and credits that you might be able to. But once that's all said and done, paying some additional money in taxes, it's not only good for the social systems of this world that we live in as well, but it's an indicator that you're doing really well in your business. And the way that I frame it would be a good problem to have.
Yeah. And I think like the way that some therapists think it works is like you make X number of dollars and you get up into another tax bracket, and then they think all of their money is taxed at the percentage of the tax bracket that they are now in, instead of the way that it's actually bracketed of like, if you go up into that next tax bracket, only the amount that is within that higher tax bracket gets taxed at that higher rate.
Yeah.
I hope I said that in a way that makes sense. So like, I'm just going to use round numbers that really don't have anything to do with real tax brackets, but let's say you make $300,000. and that bumps you into a tax bracket that you weren't in before that taxes you 35%. These are all made up numbers. It's not that all $300,000 is taxed at 35%.
Yeah.
It's only wherever that cutoff was. Like if it was 299,999 and you made 300, it's only that $1 that gets taxed at 35%. So it doesn't really ever make sense to have a place where you stop making money on purpose because you're afraid of being taxed, because you're still bringing home the majority of that money.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And I love the like real-time math as well. We've both done like real-time math now in the moment. I'm loving this for us. So as it relates to that though, to your point, there's an effective tax rate, and it's not like, oh, we hit this tax bracket, everything's taxed at this. And there's going to be an adjustment to your tax rate as you continue to earn more money. But the takeaway from this is have a conversation, whether it's with a financial advisor, a tax advisor, CPA, whatever it might be, to help explore ways to optimize your tax strategy, as opposed to shying away from earning more income. Because there are a lot of different strategies that you can take advantage of, whether it's becoming an S Corp or whether it's taking advantage of retirement accounts. There's a lot of opportunities that do exist out there.
Absolutely. Yay. And you mentioned deductions. Y'all have an opt-in, like a freebie for people that I will link to make it easy for them to find, of all the deductions to think about, that they can, some things that we don't think about generally that we're just spending money on for our business that needs to be counted. So yeah, I'll make sure we link to that to make it easy for them. And I'll also, our free worksheet where it will also be linked. Maybe I'll talk a little bit about tax brackets. I'll actually look them up instead of just making up numbers. So you guys can see how it's not like you hit a special magical number that then you take home less. Because we want you to take home some good money. We want you to also pay some good taxes, because like you said, these are supporting a lot of the things that support our communities. So awesome. Anything else about that question we didn't get to?
No, I don't think so. I would say take a look through the list of deductions, and we've done our best to frame out how to think about each of those deductions. I think a couple that people often don't think about are like the indirect expenses associated with them now being in telehealth and having a home office, and taking advantage of things like telephone and internet and expenses associated with your rent, or the mortgage that you're paying for that space, as it relates to the space that Alice and I are operating out of, is an important thing to think through, and oftentimes a big deduction. So talk to an accountant or do a little bit of research on your side.
Awesome. Well, Andrew, you've supported us all month long with our tax questions, getting ready for tax season ending in April. So thank you for supporting us in February so we can get ahead of the game. And it's been great chatting with you.
Awesome. Likewise. Thank you so much for having me, Allison. And thank you everybody for bearing with us as we talk through these nerdy, boring accounting things.
We made it fun.
We did.